Welcome back to the Board Business Channel. You guys ready for a wild ride today?
Always. What do we have on deck?
Well, today we are diving into the world of Topco, a Taiwanese company that's seriously shaking things up in the tech scene.
Oh, I've heard of them. They're the ones supplying, like, all the big chip manufacturers, right?
You got it. They started small, like 8 employees in a tiny office, small, but now they're supplying giants like TSMC. You know, TSMC, the ones that everyone's talking about.
Oh, yeah. The ones making those chips we can't get enough of these days.
Exactly. And guess what? Their chairman, Dr. Guo, he's also Taiwan's Minister of Economic Affairs.
Wow, talk about a busy guy.
Right. Leading a tech powerhouse A&E shaping economic policy, that's got to be a tough gig.
No kidding. But, it makes you wonder how Topco got to where they are today. I mean, they seem to have really capitalized on this whole global chip shortage thing.
Oh, absolutely. They were already a major player in the semiconductor supply chain, but this shortage, well, it put them in the driver's seat for sure.
Right. Like, imagine being the only lemonade stand on the hottest day of summer.
You just described the global chip market. People are practically begging Topco for chips. I even heard some companies were offering like 30 times the regular price.
Seriously, 30 times.
That's what I heard. It just shows you how critical Topco's role is in the whole tech ecosystem. But, I don't think it's just about luck or timing.
You're right. There's got to be more to the story. What's their secret sauce?
Well, from what I've read, a lot of it comes down to their chairman, Dr. Guo. He's got this unique leadership style that seems to be working really well.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What kind of leader are we talking about here?
He's like the ultimate pragmatist.
Yeah.
He's all about adapting to challenges and learning from mistakes. In fact, he often talks about the 2 slaps that really shaped his business approach.
Okay, 2 slaps. You got to tell me more about these slaps. This sounds juicy.
So the first slap involved a major Japanese firm. They basically chose a competitor over Topco for distribution. Talk about a blow.
Ouch. Yeah, I can see how that would sting, especially if you put a lot of effort into securing that deal.
Exactly. It taught Dr. Guo a valuable lesson about humility and the fact that, well, you can't win them all.
It's like a reality check, You can have the best product, the best pitch, but sometimes it's just not meant to be. So, what about the second slap?
All right, so this one's a little more amusing. After Topco went public, some employees, well, they decided to celebrate their newfound wealth.
How so?
By buying some fancy cars, the whole I'm rich, look at my car kind of thing.
Ooh, I could see where this is going. Not exactly a subtle move.
Yeah, well, their Japanese business partners didn't take it too well.
Really? What happened?
They saw it as a sign of, excessive profit-taking, and bam, they slashed Topco's commissions in half.
Ouch. That's kind of hurt.
Yeah, it was a big wake-up call.
Yeah.
It taught Dr. Guo the importance of, well, maybe not flaunting your success so much, especially in a culture that values humility.
So did they trade in their fancy cars for something a little more low-key?
I don't know about that, but it definitely led to a major shift in their strategy. They started focusing on vertical integration.
Wait, hold on. Vertical integration. Break that down for me. I'm not exactly a business whiz.
So basically, they decided to move beyond just distributing other companies' products. They started investing in their own manufacturing capabilities.
Ah, so they wanted to control more of the process from start to finish.
Exactly. That way they wouldn't be so dependent on other suppliers. They can make their own materials, their own equipment, and basically call the shots.
I see. So it's like if a bakery decided to start growing its own wheat instead of buying it from a miller.
Exactly. It gives them more control over quality, cost, and basically their whole destiny.
That's brilliant. So they turned that slap into a strategic advantage. Talk about resilience.
Right. It's like they took a punch and came back swinging. But, it's not just about strategy and manufacturing. Dr. Guo is also known for his approach to building a strong team.
Okay, tell me more about that. I'm always interested in the leadership styles. What's his secret?
Well, he's got this interesting way of using bonus distribution.
Bonus distribution? What do you mean?
Instead of just, dictating how bonuses are allocated, he lets his managers decide how to distribute the money within their teams.
Really? That's pretty unusual.
Right. But it's actually a genius way to assess leadership skills.
Oh, I see. It's like a real-life leadership simulation. You get to see who hoards the bonus, who spreads it evenly, who uses it to motivate and reward their team.
Exactly. It reveals a lot about a manager's values and their understanding of teamwork.
That's fascinating. Okay, so we've got a brilliant strategist who's also a master of team dynamics. I'm starting to see why Topco is so successful. But, I'm still a little fuzzy on what they actually make. We keep talking about chips. But what's the deal with all this high-purity quartz and photoresist stuff?
So think of it this way. Topco provides the essential building blocks for those tiny chips that power our entire digital lives. Our smartphones, computers, all that. Those chips are built using some incredibly specialized materials.
Okay, I'm following you. So Topco is like the master chef of the tech world, providing all of the secret ingredients.
Exactly. And those ingredients include things like high-purity quartz, which is crucial for creating those silicon wafers, the base of a chip.
High-purity quartz. So like fancy sand? Is that what makes our phones so smart?
Well, not exactly sand, but you're on the right track. High-purity quartz has to be, incredibly pure. No impurities allowed. It's a super complex and demanding process to produce it at that level.
Wow, so these chips are built from some seriously high-tech stuff.
Oh, absolutely. And that's where Topco shines. They've mastered the art of creating these incredibly precise and pure materials.
And what about those photoresists you mentioned earlier? What are those all about?
So photoresists are light-sensitive materials, and they're used in a process called photolithography. It's basically how they create those intricate patterns on silicon wafers.
Okay, so it's kind of like using stencils to create a design, but on a microscopic scale, right?
Yeah, think of it like etching a city onto something smaller than your fingernail.
Wow, the precision is mind-blowing. So, Topco provides all the tools and materials for this high-tech artwork.
You got it. They're the ones making it all possible. And you know what? They're not just stopping at semiconductors.
Really? What else are they up to?
They're venturing into some pretty interesting areas, like, get this, green energy and healthy living.
Wait, what? From chips to solar panels and organic kale, how does that even work?
Well, it might seem like a jump, but it all ties into their commitment to sustainability. They're applying their expertise and innovation to create a more, sustainable future.
Okay, I'm listening. Tell me more about these green energy and healthy living projects.
So we're talking solar power projects, sustainable fishing practices, and even, wait for it, smart pig farms.
Oh, did you say smart pig farms? Like pigs with iPads?
Not quite iPads, but they are using technology to, make pig farming more efficient and environmentally friendly. Think automated feeding systems, climate control, and data analysis to monitor the pig's health.
So it's like high-tech meets agriculture. That's pretty cool. But why pig farms? It seems kind of random for a tech company.
It might seem random, but it actually makes a lot of sense. Traditional pig farming, it's not exactly known for being eco-friendly.
Right, there's a lot of waste and potential for pollution.
Exactly. So Topco saw an opportunity to apply their technological know-how to create a more sustainable model.
Okay, I see. They're using their expertise to address a real-world problem and probably tapping into a growing market for sustainable food while they're at it.
You got it. They're thinking big picture. It's not just about profits. It's about making a positive impact.
All right, I'm officially intrigued by this company. So are these green energy and sustainable food ventures, are they just passion projects or are they serious business for Topco?
Oh, they're serious. They've got ambitious goals, especially for their healthy food brand, Anyon Fresh.
Anyon Fresh, never heard of it.
Well, get ready to hear a lot more about them. They're focused on providing high-quality, sustainably sourced food. Think traceable seafood, prepared meals, meal kits, the whole shebang.
Wow, so they're like a tech company, a green energy company, and a food company all rolled into one. Talk about a triple threat. But, it's all pretty impressive.
Right. They're not just building a company, they're building a better future.
It's like they're saying, we can make your phone faster and your dinner healthier.
And you know what? They're not limiting themselves to Taiwan. They've already expanded into the U.S. market.
Really? That's huge.
Yep, they're setting up operations alongside some of their key clients, like TSMC. They're going global, baby.
So what's next for Topco? What other industries are they going to disrupt? It makes you wonder.
I know, right? It's exciting to think about what they'll do next. Maybe they'll start building flying cars or something.
Maybe. I wouldn't put it past them. But, all jokes aside, it's pretty inspiring to see a company like Topco. They're not just focused on profits. They're trying to make a real difference in the world.
I agree. They're proof that business can be a force for good.
All right, so we've covered a lot of ground here. From humble beginnings to global expansion, from chips to pig farms, Topco is clearly a company on the move. But you know what I'm really looking forward to?
What's that?
Hearing from the man himself, Dr. Guo. I can't wait to get his insights on leadership, the tech industry, and his vision for the future. It's impressive how they're not shying away from tough challenges, like take their commitment to social responsibility. It's not easy balancing rapid growth with, doing good for the world.
Yeah, it's a tricky balancing act for any company, but especially for one that's operating in such a, demanding industry like tech.
For sure. It's like you're trying to sprint a marathon while carrying a stack of pancakes or something. But Dr. Gru seems to have a knack for it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, from what we've heard so far.
Yeah, he seemed to be doing a pretty good job of juggling it all. And speaking of juggling, how about those smart pig farms? When I first heard about that, I was like, wait, what?
Haha. Yeah, it does sound a little out there at first.
It's like, okay, you're making cutting-edge tech, and now you're raising pigs. What's the connection?
Right. But the more I think about it, the more it makes sense. It's like this perfect storm of opportunity and addressing a problem.
Okay, explain that to me. I'm all ears.
So traditional pig farming, it's kind of notorious for being not so great for the environment. Lots of waste, potential for pollution, you know the drill.
Yeah, not exactly eco-friendly.
So Topco, they saw this problem, and instead of just ignoring it, they were like, hey, we can use our tech expertise to fix this.
So instead of pigs in mud, we've got pigs in, high-tech spa resorts.
Not quite, but it is pretty high-tech. They're using sensors, data analysis, all kinds of cool stuff to optimize, everything. Feeding, climate control, waste management, you name it.
So they're basically treating the pig farm like a super efficient factory.
Exactly. And it's not just about efficiency. They're also using tech to monitor the pig's health, minimize disease, all of that.
Okay, so it's better for the environment, better for the pigs, and probably better for the bottom line, too.
Right. They're creating a safer, more reliable food supply, and, hey, they're probably tapping into a growing market for sustainable meat. Win-win-win.
Totally. It's like that old saying, you can make money and do good at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of doing good, their expansion into the U.S., that's got to be a big deal for them, right?
It's huge, especially with clients like TSMC already on board. That's like the ultimate stamp of approval.
Right. It's like having, the Queen of England endorse your tea shop. Instant credibility.
Exactly. But they're not just focused on the big players. They're also working with smaller companies, building up a whole network of partners.
So they're not putting all their eggs in one basket.
Nope. They're diversifying, staying nimble. Smart move in a fast-paced industry like tech.
Definitely. And it's not just about selling products. They're creating jobs, investing in communities. It's a positive impact all around.
Right. It's like they're saying, hey, we're not just here to do business. We're here to be a part of the community.
Love that. So we've got the eco-friendly pig farms, the U.S. expansion. What's next? Flying cars.
Yep.
Robot butlers.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe. But right now, they're making waves with their healthy food brand, Anion
Fresh. Tell me more.
So they're all about providing high-quality, sustainably sourced food. Think like traceable seafood, prepared meals, those meal kits everyone's crazy about.
Ooh, meal kits. That's right up my alley. So they're like a tech company, an energy company, A&D, a gourmet food company. What can't they do?
It's pretty impressive, right? It's like you're saying, we can power your phone and fuel your body with delicious, healthy food.
I like the sound of that. But what really impresses me is their commitment to sustainability. They're not just slapping a label on something and calling it healthy.
No, they're walking the walk. Traceable ingredients, ethical sourcing, all that good stuff.
And remember, they're aiming for Michelin star quality at everyday prices. That's a game changer.
Right. It's like democratizing gourmet food. Okay, so now I'm officially hungry. But seriously, this is all so cool. Dr. Gro is clearly a visionary leader.
Totally agree. He's not afraid to think outside the box, push boundaries, try new things.
And the best part is, he's using his success to make a positive impact on the world. I'm inspired.
Me too. I can't wait to hear more from him directly.
To all our listeners, thanks for tuning in to the Board Business Channel. If you enjoyed today's show, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. We'll see you next time.